Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining our Windward webinar today. My name's Jennifer, and like always, I'll be your moderator for today's presentation. And at the end of the presentation, we will have time for questions, so you can enter them into the question box. Make sure that you have as much detail as possible, just in case it's something we went over previously. We want to make sure we know exactly what answer you need. Anything that may be a little bit off topic or something a little more complicated, we may answer offline. And if you think of any questions afterwards, please just email support, support@windwardsoftware.com, and one of our techs will give you a hand and get the answers that you need. I'd like to introduce our speaker today, Eugene, and we'll be discussing capitalizing inventory units. So without further ado, let's get started.
All right, thanks so much, Jennifer. And yes, hi everybody. Good day. So yeah, I'll be your presenter for today, and we will be discussing capitalizing inventory units. So just to set your expectations, so this is all about giving you an idea on what it is, how to set it up, and how to go about the process. So if you have any like issues about this, like you're experiencing an issue, so we will not be discussing it on this webinar, but rather I would suggest you to send in a ticket so that our support technicians can assist you. All right, so capitalizing inventory units. So what do we exactly mean by capitalizing units? So it's basically upgrading an existing unit or adding features to a unit, or simply putting add-ons to an existing unit to add or increase the cost value of the unit. So here are the two things that we will be talking about today. So first is the setup. So I'll be showing where to, to set it up in your system. And also we will be discussing the process, so how to go about it. And for the setup, so this is just to kind of show you where to find the specific setups. So in the setup, we have two parts. So we have this menu setup tools. Oh, by the way, you can write this down if you want to. So just to kind of, for reference, so that you know where to find these settings. So again, menu setup tool, setup wizard, invoice setup, service invoices, and then the other setup is the menu setup tools, printing options, invoice setup. So again, I'll be showing you where those setups are located in the system. And then for the process, so this is how it goes. So the path is menu, sales, new sales, and then choose the service type, invoice. So yep, those are the bullets for how to go about it. But anyway, I'll be showing them to you in the demonstration right after this slide. So I'm just gonna end this PowerPoint, and I'm just gonna grab my demo. So for the first setup, so I'm now in my setup wizard. So in setup wizard, you go to invoice setup, and then under invoice setup, go to service invoices. So in here, we want to make sure that use service invoices is enabled. So meaning you put a check mark on the box. And then in here, yeah, this is your ledgers. So on my demonstration, I'm using the 1200 for my regular inventory ledger. And then we also want to enable the box that says post service capitalized invoices to inventory. So not having this box marked check means that you wanted to have a separate ledger account that would house the added inventory value, so which would be a more complex setup, and I would suggest you seek for further help with an implementation specialist, because in here, yeah, we just want to add the added value or the capitalized value added to our regular inventory ledger, which is the 1200. And then in here, we have a box that says use alternate invoice sequence for service invoices. So that's just an option. You can turn it on or off. So this basically means that if you turn this on, you wanted a different sequence, invoice number sequence for your service invoices. Because we will be doing the service invoices on the same spot as we're doing a regular sale. So you might want to have a different sequence for your service invoice numbers. So for this demonstration, I'm just switching that off. Again, that's optional, so it's up to you. And then the next box is prevent cost of goods sold and income from being affected on service invoices by posting cost to the income account. So we do not want to post service invoices to income and cost sales because we just want to modify the unit for resale. And then the last one is post service invoices at cost. So cost because we don't want the system to recognize any income or profit from the process of capitalizing a unit. So yep, that's for the first part of the setup. And then the next setup will be the adding of the service invoice to your invoice tree if you don't have it yet. So setup tools, printing options, invoice setup. So in here, I already have my service invoice added to my invoice tree, but if you don't have it yet, all you need to do is just to grab the service invoice from this portion here, drag it over to your invoice tree. So yep. So now I'll be showing you how to go about the process. So I'll be pulling up a sample unit. So on this demonstration, I'll pick this one. So just to kind of show you the before capitalizing this particular unit. So in here, you can see that I have my BC123. So it's a serialized unit. And as you can see, it has an initial cost of 2,000. So if you want to capitalize a unit, all you need to do is just to go a new sale. I'm just going to choose Windward Support. And then in here, you choose Service Invoice. And for the customer, I have an internal account here. So you can also have yours. The reason for this is because I wanted to track all my service invoices to specific customers so that when I wanted to see the history, so it's easier to to check by just going into this specific customer record, and then in there I can see all my service invoices. So I'm just gonna hit OK. So right now the system is giving me this prompt. So it says find unit. So I'm just gonna pick that BC123 unit. And then in here, under the units tab, you can see that my unit is already added. So what I'm gonna do is I'm interested with capitalizing this by adding a part, a regular part. So I'm just gonna add an item here. So by the way, my unit is, this is just an example. So it is a computer, a basic computer. So what I'm interested in is adding a additional part. So I'm just gonna put additional 8 gigs of RAM, and in here just one quantity, and then this RAM costs me 100. So this is the cost. But if I'm selling the RAM just by itself to a customer, so it will be 150. But the cost of me having this RAM or purchasing this RAM is only 100. So I'll be adding this RAM to my unit. So we should be expecting that from the unit, which originally cost 2,000, adding this RAM worth 100. So the new or the capitalized total or value of the unit should be then 2,100. So I'm just gonna get out of here, exit. So we don't need to tender that because that's just a service invoice. And then I will show you the unit again. So there you can see that my asset cost values got increased from 2,000 to 2,100. And then in here you can see that I capitalized 100 because I added a RAM to it. So on this section here, you can see tabs. So I'm just going to go to the invoices. And then here you can see capitalization or depreciation. So this is where your service invoice will be listed. So if you have a couple, if you have a couple of service invoices because of a couple, multiple upgrades or added features to your unit, so you can see them all in here. And then once you decide to sell your unit, you should be able to see it under the completed tab. So just to kind of show you, let's pretend to create a new sale. So we just upgraded our unit and a customer walks in and wanted to purchase that upgraded unit. So I'm just going to pick in any random customer here. All right. And then we will add that unit. So BC123. All right. So I'm selling this unit for 3150. And then let's just gonna tender this. So pretending the customer paid cash, and then our sale is done. So I'm just gonna pull that up again to show you the back end side of things. Because in my setup, I chose to have the added value posted to the same ledger account as my inventory, which is the 1200. So in here, you can see that the amount of my inventory is 2100 instead of the original 2000 before the capitalization. So yeah, so that's yeah, for the back end. And then so basically the idea here is you can alternatively sell the unit by itself and manually add the add-ons during the point of sale, and it will be the same result. But what we have done here is capitalizing the unit before selling it. So this could be because of customer demand, or you may have purchased additional parts separately and then added them into your existing unit, and you want to capitalize them together so that it's ready for resale. So the solution is through a service invoice. So yeah, I guess that's all. And Jennifer, yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Eugene. If you have any questions, just type them into the question box and Eugene can help find some answers for you. We've got our next webinar coming up on November 17th. We'll be discussing using the national accounts feature. So you want to register for that one. And also that week we have our inventory bootcamp happening. So if you're interested in that, it's 2 days. Just connect with your account managers. It's November 16th and 17th. So they're going to be discussing best practices for inventory, ordering, price changes, and so much more. So definitely connect with your account manager on that. Okay, I don't see any questions coming into the question box. Oh, we got one now. What is the most accurate inventory report? That might be something to just, well, Eugene, do you want to help Giselle with that question?
Yeah. So yeah, the question is not actually related to our topic for today for the webinar, but just to simply answer your question, I can suggest the invoice report found under sales reports. So the invoice report is the most detailed report that you can get in the system. So you have the flexibility to add a couple of informations, a couple of options there to enable or disable. So yeah, but if you need further help, please feel free to give our support team a call, or you can send in a ticket so that somebody can contact you and help you out.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, excellent. Is there any other questions before we finish up? I know it was a little bit of a quick one today. All right, well, I don't see anything else come in. So if you think of something afterwards, please email support@windwardsoftware.com. And thanks again, Eugene, for your presentation. Excellent job. And we will see you in 2 weeks, November 17th, for our next webinar. Have a great day, everybody.
Have a great day, guys.